guys, welcome back to Empower In. I'm Caroline Porter Thomas, so excited to have you with me today. So I have a video request from Jenny. I'm going to read you the email. I have been at my first job as a nurse for 7 months now. Yesterday I had an embarrassing experience. I took a report from a nurse I look up to because she had been a nurse for 15 years. There were specific orders the surgeon wanted on a particular patient. My error was that I took what she told me in the report and didn't check the orders myself. In the morning when the surgeon made his rounds, he was upset that his orders were not followed as ordered. I realized I made the mistake, but it was uncomfortable and embarrassing as the surgeon scolded me in front of his team. Do you have any advice on how to handle situations like these as a new nurse? By the way, this was not a life-threatening situation. Thankfully, I can't even imagine if it had been. Jenny, thank you so much for this video request. I think this is something really important to discuss because these are situations that we are going to experience many times in the hospital. I've been a nurse for almost 6 years now, and I've had several experiences like this. So let me just give you a few tips that I have learned, and hopefully you'll find them very helpful. The first thing that I do is, especially if I'm kind of being scolded or if I'm, being told in front of a lot of people, or even in private if I had done something wrong, the first thing that I do is I just accept it and I don't try to explain why I did what I did. For example, you could take the time to try to explain that, you had followed, you had gotten a report and you were told wrong. Or you could just say, I'm sorry, what can I do right now to fix the situation? What I've learned is that if you just show them that you're sorry and that you're willing to fix the situation right then and there and do it right from now on and make sure that his orders are followed out from then on, then it'll save you a lot of, headache. Because when you are trying to explain why something was done the way it was done, to me, it's just a waste of time. What I also do is I just get into the I will fix it, I'll make sure it doesn't happen kind of mode. I mean, surgeons do have their reasons for doing what they do, and it must be very frustrating when their orders are not followed as ordered. The other thing that I do is that I make sure that I really learn the lesson, and I make sure that I fix whatever needed to be fixed. And I make sure that, it just reminds me that I need to be sharper. I need to make sure I'm checking the orders. I need to make sure that I'm following up on everything. So ultimately, I just find ways that, it'll make me a better nurse and a better person. The other thing that I do is that I don't talk about it to any of the coworkers. What you'll see is when you have a situation like this happen, you'll see a lot of other nurses complaining to other nurses or just constantly talking about it. Guys, whenever you're talking about something, you are reliving that situation. Is this an experience that you want to relive? Because every time you do talk about it, you are reliving it. Now, if you're going to talk about the situation and learn from it, that is different. So maybe you could go to your charge nurse or maybe the director of the unit and explain the situation and just say, is there any way that I can be better at checking the orders? Do you have any advice for me? That's totally different. That's not griping and complaining that's going to not move you forward. That's an intelligent way to deal with a situation to make sure you become better and to make sure it doesn't happen again. The next tip that I have for you is to do some serious self-loving. So light some candles, meditate, eat some chocolate, pray, make yourself a smoothie, watch a comedy, do something that's going to make you feel good. So what you want to do is you want to get to a place where you are at peace with yourself and you are physically and emotionally feeling good. This may take some time, but it's okay. We all go through different experiences, and just let whatever happen be okay. Here's the next thing that I do. Is I kind of imagine my brain as a computer, and in the computer are tons of little chips, and these chips can be like memories. And so what I usually do is just kind of imagine taking out that chip, and that chip could be that whole experience of when I was being scolded and when I didn't follow things correctly. So what I've realized is that we can't wipe out a memory. It's not possible. You can't have an empty space in your brain. And your computer can't run properly without all of its chips. So what I usually do is I just imagine myself when I'm feeling good, I've got the candles lit, I've got my smoothie, and I probably have some chocolate, knowing me. But what I do is I take this chip out and I relive the experience and I allow myself to feel everything that went on, and I'm okay with everything. I'm in a safe place now. Then what I do is I say, what if things happen perfectly? What if I did a fantastic job? What if I did things perfectly? And what if I could relive that situation and relive that experience, but this time I did it perfectly? And so you know what I do? I take a mental journey and I do it perfectly. And this time, instead of the doctor scolding me, he's patting me on the back, saying what a good job I did. And this time, instead of everybody standing around watching me being scolded, they're standing there like nodding their head and smiling at the good job that I did. See, what you're doing with this is you're eliminating all of the feelings that go along with this memory. The feelings can really keep you down. So if you can change the way you feel about a memory, then you will ultimately feel totally better about the whole experience. So now that you've changed the memory in your head, it's going to take some reinforcing to do. So what I usually do is I find some quotes that I like about mistakes. So let me read some of my favorites to you. The man who does things makes many mistakes, but he never makes the biggest mistake of all, doing nothing. Benjamin Franklin. Success seems to be connected with action. Successful people keep moving. They make mistakes, but they don't quit. Conrad Hilton. Show me the person who doesn't make mistakes, and I'll show you a person who doesn't do anything. Leonardo Rubino. Experience is simply the name we give our mistakes. Oscar Wilde. Mistakes are the usual bridge between inexperience and wisdom. Phyllis Theoris. So guys, if you guys have any quotes about mistakes that you would like to share, please post a comment, and let's just come for each other and just know that mistakes are just these simple things that we do and that it makes us ultimately a better person. So make sure that we're not dwelling in any pain and that we're just learning it and we're becoming better people. So guys, I also have an audio. I'm gonna put the link below, and this is kind of like a thing to help you go through that mental journey. So thank you so much for the video request, and I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. I love you. Bye.